Yo, what up? It's DFACE, DXA, back with another beat video coming at you today off just the 1200, no MIDI cables, no extra samplers, nothing like that, no rack samplers. So I'm gonna just break down how I formulated this production. And you know, in the sampler questions video, one of the topics somebody asked me was, can you show how you track a beat in? So I might take this specific beat and track it in. It might be a little harder to film everything, but you know, I'm gonna aim to do that, so look out for a follow-up on that. But you know, to get into it, I'll go over the drums. That's how we always start these joints off. But let's see what hits we got in the machine. Got a little kick, big kick, snare, hi-hat, and that's it. Just 4 hits. I was probably trying to conserve time because this joint is just off 1200. So I'll let you hear a segment of just the drums rocking. Sounding nice and dry, coming right out of the machine, no reverb or nothing. Yeah, so that's the drums. Let me go over the samples that I chopped up for this. So, a little piece here. Another little piece, and I could hear that I didn't really truncate it crazy. There's a little piece hanging off the end that didn't make it into the beat, but you know, just these two joints go over each other. And then I got some high pieces that I put in over that. And then for the verse part, I took these same pad 1 and 2 samples and I put them onto 5 and 6 and just use a different output, and these are running into my low pass filter over there, so that's a good way to get variation. I probably, when I first started, I used either output 1 or 2, and then I was like, you know what, I need to run this through the low pass filter. It's a nice thing to have on hand, especially if you're coming from using the 950 and used to throwing that low pass on a lot of things, and the 1 and 2 filters aren't super useful in comparison to the way the filter works in the 950. Sometimes it's good to just test it out and then you run into an actual low pass filter like I did. And it's a good way to conserve time because I use the exact same sample, just assign it to a different pad, different output, and now I've got my bass line basically. So let me go through the segments that I have for the beat itself. You know, I'm pretty sure I got the hook joint right here. Let you hear that for a second. And this has got the high version of the main sample I showed you in the beginning. This goes into the main verse piece that I have right here. You can hear what I'm talking about. That's just the low pass part. For this particular beat, I made like a B verse section, so we'll play through these till we hit that. See what's on segment 4. There's another verse part. I might have just messed with what I did on the highs. Section for the verse. I'll play it back in a hook so you get an idea of how it would work. It's all about making little variations to have, you know, put a whole song together, especially when you're working with less sample time. Come back into the hook part. I think that's it. I think that's how I broke this down. Let me just check. I got a little intro, so I'll play you the song mode real quick. Maybe at the end, like I did in one of the past videos, I'll show you a mixed version at the end so you can hear how you know, things sound with reverb, a little bit of processing, etc. But let me go through, play a song real quick. Here's my intro. I'll set up with the beat rock for a second. don't think my song mode is going to go through long enough to get to that beat section, so that's why it's cool. I showed you when I was just going through it, but you know, maybe I'll let it come back to the hook and call it a rap. But here, if I got anything else going on. That's the basics on this one. Like I said in the beginning, I'm gonna try to make a little video about how I track this into the DAW, give cats a little run through on how I take, you know, the beat from here, put it into the Pro Tools so you can mix it, turn it to a song, get it ready to release, all that, you know, my process of making it happen. So some basic math on this one. DFACE, DXA, all up in this, SP1200. Check the channel for more videos. In your face like blow.